Okay guys, back in my car again. It's a week later. This is episode number 7 or 8. I'm losing track, but I'm not losing track of making the videos. I'm committed to doing it, hence why I'm doing it in a car that is probably 30 degrees right now. But I have a story to share, or just a thing that happened that I kind of think is relevant for maybe someone who's starting a business. I obviously went through this, so for me it's relevant. It has something to do with just putting your head down and trying something and having no idea if it's going to work, but using the tools that you have available to sort of execute it. And let me break it down. So we've recently started getting into some retail locations, and up until this point, our retail locations are pretty simple. We have a little display, it sits on a counter, people kind of walk up and say, hey, what's this? The person who's at the store is typically someone who either owns it or works there regularly. And they can sort of sell them a tag. They take them through the process like right there. And I get a little email that says, hey, you have an order from this one store. I fill it just like an online order and we're off and running. So I had this opportunity to revisit a place I've been to in the past when I would sell my artwork. And it's the Artisan Market, and it's in Partridge Creek, which is a dog-friendly mall. It's like an outdoor mall. It's a cool place. If you haven't been there, it's in Commerce Township. So east side, M59 kind of stuff. Anyway, so to get to the point, so I had this opportunity to try something different because at those stores, you usually get artists that work there. Employees, I think they're starting to do a little bit more, but nonetheless, you're getting a varied group of people that are going to work in these locations, so you're not getting an owner. Or a person that works there regularly, at least in theory. Long story short, I kind of went for it. I said, screw it. I'm going to come up with a display that's dynamic and interesting, and it's going to be a little difficult to sell something because the truth is we're not selling true retail. We're selling something you're not leaving with. Hey, you want to buy this thing? Like, here is a can of Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry. The thing is, though, is like you can't take it home with you. You really like it, you want it, but you're gonna have to wait like a week to actually take this home. I don't know if it works. So what I did was I was like, screw it. I'm gonna just go nuts. I'm gonna make this thing look dynamic. I'm gonna have like a kiosk, and it's got an iPad that runs our website. I have our display on there. I also have this interactive monitor behind it, kind of explaining, hopefully in simple terms, how you would buy a product, which is simply tell the person behind the counter you want to buy a tag, and then they basically sell you this MIpet card, and that card has instructions to essentially finish your order. So you've already made the purchase, the card directs you to a website, you can do it right on your phone or your computer, it takes like 2 seconds, and then an email gets sent to me and says, hey, you have an order from the Artisan Market. Cool, in theory, it's awesome. Now the problem is that I have no idea if it's gonna work. And the truth is, I'm kind of nervous it might not work. I don't know if people are it's gonna translate. But the lesson that I'm learning is that, so what? Try it, give it a shot. Not only that, but use the tools you have available to you to do it. For example, I can't spend a ton of money on a display. Now, if you looked at my display and if you actually get a chance to go to Partridge Creek, you would argue differently. The thing is that, I went and found pieces and parts that I could get for relatively nothing. I painted a lot of stuff with spray paint, and the monitor is the most expensive part of the whole thing. And frankly, monitors aren't that expensive anymore. So I spent minimal money, made it look like $1 million, but also used my skill set. What I mean by that is instead of printing like a banner or some type of graphic, which a lot of people can do, I made an animation. I used the tools that I have available only to me that no one else, in theory, I mean, there's other people that can do animation, mind you, much better than I can, but in a retail capacity like I'm in, no one's going to be able to replicate that, even if they wanted to. They may put a monitor up and have some images shoot by, but mine is an animation. It's different, it's unique, it sets me apart from everyone else, and that's the idea. Now here's the thing. I still don't know if it's gonna work, but I will tell you that if I don't try and I don't give this like 100% effort, I'll never know. And the truth is, even if it works kind of, it's still a step in the right direction. If it works a lot, it's amazing. If it works more than a lot, that's even better. If it works half as much as I hope it is, that's still a positive. And let's be honest, if it doesn't work, better to know now than later when maybe there's more money involved, or the investment's bigger, more money, or the stakes are higher. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, everything is new for me, and this to me is that perfect opportunity to try something new. And I just thought this week it was important to kind of say, look, don't try to get to 100 from zero. Kind of take that next step. I've said it before in other videos, and I'm still practicing it every day because it's very, very hard to not look past the next thing. But also, use the tools available that you have. You, not someone else, but you. Don't try to copy the next person, because the truth is, maybe the thing that they're doing isn't something you're particularly good at. And the thing that you may be really good at is something no one else can do. So, in theory, if you want to see this execution of what I'm talking about in real life, you can go to the mall at Partridge Creek. It's the Artisan Market. It used to be the Moose Jaw store. It's kind of by the fountain, if you know the mall. If not, go to the mall, look it up in the directory, stop in. It's kind of, once you walk in the door, make a quick left, and we're right there. Look, fingers crossed. I still have no idea if it's gonna work, but I can tell you that I'm confident in knowing that I tried really hard. I gave it my best, and I think it's a damn good example of action. And that to me is kind of like the step for this week. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys are getting something out of these videos. I know for me, like, I've already looked back on a couple of videos and even seen things and picked up some things that were really valuable to me. So hopefully that offers the same to you. My name is Doug Zuba. I will see you guys next week, and yeah, we'll talk soon. Later. See ya.